YouTube, Danny Stanton here. On the Danny Dan blog! You know I love saying that. I'm back with another comic book review. Today I'm checking out Journey to the Center of the Earth. I love these classic illustrators. They've been around since the late 40s and early 50s, bringing us tons and tons of classic literature turned into comic books. This one's really special. It's a Jules Verne. I've always been a big fan of Jules Verne. This particular comic book came out in 2002. It's a reissue from 1957. And here's the real kicker. They've made it better. They made the covers thicker. They've condensed the size down about an inch. I'm not real happy about the smaller version of the comic book. But compared to this old 50s Jules Verne, The Mysterious Island, you can see the size difference is quite negligible. But with that being stated, that I do prefer the larger, regular-sized comic books compared to these smaller, condensed versions. The art's still going to be the same. The only thing different is the covers are a little thicker, and they've added a few things here and there. Hey, is anybody familiar with Journey to the Center of the Earth? Does anybody remember Journey to the Center of the Earth?
Come on, boys. Want to be home by sundown.
Hey, think you can slow down a little bit, please? Just a little storm! Uncle Trevor!
Get in here! What's out?
Ah!
Trapped. Is that we are?
Don't worry. Direction is my sixth sense.
What's out?
We're still falling!
Guys, come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the center of the earth.
No! No! What in the blue heck was that? That was horrible. That was the 2008 Brendan Fraser version of Journey to the Center of the Earth. A dismal nightmare, a travesty of justice. Joe Biden couldn't pardon that movie for being bad. Yeah, that version truly is the thing of nightmares. But there was a better version, I guess. With a lot of reading, apparently.
It's unthinkable, but it must be true. A man took some tools and went where no human being had ever set foot. Alone. Went into the interior of the earth.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is James Mason. Come along with Pat Boone and me, Arlene Dole, Diane Baker, and Gertrude the Duck, and discover sights and sounds and wonders no living man has ever witnessed before, filmed in the incomparable magic of CinemaScope. We'll take our leave of civilization on the bleak, barren wastes of Iceland, peer in awe at the bottomless crater of an uncharted volcano, make the perilous descent into the unknown. You'll pioneer with us through countless miles of trackless labyrinths, discover huge subterranean caverns never beheld by human eye, become lost in the weird underground maze. You'll find yourself engulfed in grotesque, petrified jungles, marvel at the fantastically beautiful quartz grotto, tumble into cascading salt beds, escape from hissing steam caves, behold the staggering underground ocean. You'll encounter breathtaking dangers beyond belief, here at the center of the earth.
Stop. Fair warning. You'll never find your companions or your way out. You need me as much as I need you. Stop and come back.
Any movie with giant mushrooms has to be good, right? Now that's the classic telling of a Jules Verne tale that I remember. Isn't that the one y'all remember from your childhoods? Well, if you're old like me, it's from your childhoods. And I found that there's like 150 different versions of this story, mostly cool movies, but I found that none of them are like the book, and none of them are like the comic book. It's like they all take creative license and change everything. So, without further ado, let's bust it open and have a look inside. Journey to the Center of the Earth, Classic Illustrators from 1957 in my cool little reprint. And just from Michael Marone, we get something you can pause and read because that dude loves to read. You get to tell the tale of a journey to the center of the earth introduction, all about classic illustrated history and Jules Verne. And I'll be sure to go slow. Pause it. You can read it. You can follow along with all the little reading in this comic book. Oh, God. I guess it's a letter in a bottle from Arnold Skolin. That's how I'm going to say his name. Yeah, I couldn't pronounce that name if I had a translator. He's going to tell you how to get to the center of the earth. Yep, we get the old professor. The professor, and here we go. Otto Lidenbrock. Otto Lidenbrock. I'm going to call this guy the professor and Alex. This is his nephew Alex. Professor and his nephew Alex are talking over the missing AS, the other professor, Arnold Skolin. I can't say that name. Anyway, missing professor's lost books. They're talking over what happened to the missing professor as they go through the last of his stuff, attempt to track down the missing professor as young love sparks in the streets. Boy, this book jumps ahead. 1 minute they're talking about going to the mountain. 1 minute he's talking to his girl and she wants to get married. The next minute he gallops away and swear to God. Very next page. They on a mountain. Headed up looking for the lost guy. That's right. They got out of Dodge because somebody said, "Let's get married." Well, I wished I'd been that smart. So as you can tell, there's no duck and there's no chick. It's just a guy named Hans, the professor, and Alex as they track up the mountains in search of Arnold Sucknussen. I can't say that guy's name. I'm going to call him Arnie from now on. So they're looking for Arnie. Oh, jeez. Info boring panels brought to you by the Daddy Dan blog. We see him climb mountains. We see him wake up. We see him head deeper and deeper and deeper into the mountain. Finally finding an entrance to a cave that Arnie took. And now they're going to go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into the caves and the catacombs. 43 days of hard traveling. They're out of water. Dehydration is setting in. It could be the end of our guy's little trick. But the professor notices a few drops of water leaking from the wall. He hits it with a pickaxe, unleashing a volley of fresh water. Yay, we're saved! Oh, yay, we drank our water. We drank plenty of water. We fill up all our little canteens and thermoses, and then we head deeper. So Info Panels brought to you by the Daddy Dan blog. We see Alex, the professor, and Hans go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, deeper in search of Arnie. And finally, the batteries begin to die from the lanterns. And in weirdest, horriblest drawn panels you ever see. In 1957, some artists figured out how to draw darkness. Yes, this is how you draw darkness. This is the finest example of how to draw darkness I've ever seen in a comic book. As we creep around in the dark, a way to save color, to go quicker. Wonderful job, guys. The professor finally manages to get one of the gas torches lit. But it's too late. It's too late for young Alex. He had got separated. Now he's wandering around in the dark. And he's in the dark and they're in the light. But finally, he falls and bumps his head and the guys find him. When Alex awakens, he gets a surprise. There's greenery around him. There's bushes. It's light. What? It's true. After all that, the guys have emerged. The guys have emerged the cave, exit into a underground world. An underground world with an underground ocean, trees, beaches, and possibly wildlife. Oh, joy! Oh, joy! Look at the size of them giant mushrooms. I would call that home. I would probably live there forever. I love mushrooms. They're so wonderful, sauteed. And you can eat mushrooms all day long. On the beach, they find a giant pile of bones, and they find this very disturbing because some terrible monsters that live here, has ate whatever this creature was. That makes me worry. Young Alex is starving, so young Alex decides to have a couple of bites of the mushrooms. Wow, 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 wow. It works out so well. It works out so well for young Alex. So while the professor was looking around and Alex was out tripping on mushrooms, Hans built a raft. Hans is the only one worth the crap. So I wonder if Dave Sunstorm thinks this is the good stuff. So and more. Full Panels brought to you by the Daddy Dan blog. We see the raft. The guys built a raft and they're going sailing up on the ocean. They're doing a little fishing where they catch whatever in the blue heck spongy looking nasty thing this is that they're planning to eat later. Swear to God, he's going to put it on the dinner menu because it looks like an old glove or a rag. I know that's going to taste well. Anyway, their homemade cell, which I don't know what they made that from. It did not explain. Carries them deeper and deeper into the ocean, but at least one of them did have enough sense to bring a gun. Hey, guess what? I don't think there's going to be no bad guys or no duck in this one. Riptide of a large wave circles over them, and they get their first looks at the inhabitants of this under earth, inner earth world. And they see, of course they see, Flipper and the Loch Ness Monster fighting. It's a big, I don't know, it kind of looks like a cross between a Loch Ness Monster and a turtle. That might be that Gamera, guys. That could be Gamera. And this big dolphin-looking Flipper dinosaur. Flipper the dinosaur and the Loch Ness Monster. Flipper and the Loch Ness Monster have a great big giant battle. Oh, Jesus. Well, I guess that's one thing the 1950s movie got right. Even in the comic book, the monsters look like crap. Anyway, we get to see them have a really big battle, and Reptilicus-looking Loch Ness Monster apparently wins, and he's Flipper for dinner as the guys sell off, and shortly they hit another big ruckusy storm because it rains in the center of the earth. So in these horribly drawn straight up and down panels, they sell some more. They're trying to stay afloat when suddenly a red dish-shaped ball of light, I BS you not, a red ball of light comes and pops their sail. That's right, sending them shooting across the waves like they're on skis. The big ball of red light lands on their raft. It lands right at young Alex's feet. And at that point, young Alex faints because young Alex is always fainting because young Alex is a wuss. At that point, I guess the raft got capsized. And then in the next panels, young Alex wakes up on the beach with the professor telling them they got capsized, the red ball washed away. The red ball, we're never going to know what it was. The red orb, the Loch Ness. Now, what did I think of Heavy Metal cartoon? Because we got us a Loch Ness floating around in the center of the earth, maybe. I don't know. They're on the beach. They're alive. Wah, 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 which is doing better than the skull of this guy they found on the beach. It looks like in that pile of bones right there, that could be a human a human or a caveman or a Neanderthal or something running around down there. That could be interesting. Maybe there's some girls. Maybe this book will actually pick up and there'll be some action in it. Anyway, Alex and the professor are wandering through the jungle. I don't know, that skull might have belonged to Hans. We ain't seen that boy in a while. As Alex and the professor search through the lost world, seeing mammoths and giant creatures, they're being watched by... Oh, I could say something, but I'm not. They're being watched by a Neanderthal, a caveman, a wild man. Definitely not a Bigfoot. As Alex and the professor say, we must look for horns. And I guess now's as good a time as any to tell everybody to be sure to check out my friend Dave Sunstorm and his incredible brother Steven Sunstorm, our good stuff community leaders, and be sure to find out what they think about Journey to the Center of the Earth. If they ever actually watch my videos, they may leave a comment. Be sure to check out my friend Thrash Pondo Pons. He saved every one of us, and you can see us coming up in January when we do our little show on Sunday afternoons where we're going to start having guest. Oh, gonna have to see how that goes, and you can see me about every other week or two on the Unapologetic Geek Show Sunday at 1 o'clock, and on Wednesday nights on Brain Benders Banners. Be sure to check out Pat McCormick at the Golden Rage of TV right here on YouTube, your number one source for retro television news. And with the quickness, let me give the other guys a shout out. Be sure to check out BK on the Air, Big Guys 45's Corey's Comedy Channel, my friend Corey. He's almost funny. My flock is everywhere, Sarah. You know we love her. The Nostalgic Pod Blast. I can't wait till he watches this and tells me what he thinks about my horrible comic book reviews. Retro Nerd Girl, Brainbenders Bandit Chrissy, we love you. AAP Homestead, AAP for life. The Unapologetic Geek, where you can see me on there once in a while. Harold the Hatter, and a special shout out to my friend Gypsy Road. We miss you, brother. We miss you. Alex and the professor strive deeper and deeper into the center of the earth. Finally, they found a stone with the initials AS. They found the lost professor's initials. That's got to mean something, right? Well, they got lucky. They found the raft washed up on the beach with their surprise. And a new passage they go down, marked by AS, where the lost professor went, but it's been blocked by a cave-in. They decide they must remove it, but they can't pick it out because it's too thick. So they get their gunpowder from off their little stupid raft, and they build an explosive. They sail out in the raft to be away from the explosion and safety as it blows. But they get a surprise as the passage clears. The water begins to recede, and the raft and them two are sucked. They're sucked down deep into a waterfall as they go deeper into the center of the earth. Oh, that didn't work out good. The water and the raft land on top of hot, melting lava. The reaction creates a steam cascade, a steam explosion that propels the raft upward at massive amounts of speed as they pop out of the volcano and land on the hill with no broke bones and in good shape. Because this should have been a freaking Disney movie, shouldn't it? Ah! For heaven's sakes, it was a Disney movie, too. I hope that little 2 seconds of that crap don't get me a copyright claim. Anyway, so I guess the skull they found must have been the professor. As they walk up, they tell the people that they run into of their great adventures, and poor Hans, who apparently, it ain't looking like Hans made it. Wow, Hans, the guy fell off the raft at the last minute. What? I honestly don't remember that from the book. I thought they all three made it out. But the book's way different than any of the movies. You can bet on that. Junior goes back and hooks up with that girl, and they get married and live happily ever after the freaking end. Oh, and the professor tells everybody at the big London Science Expo thing all about his journey to the center of the earth, and they think he's a fruitcake. Yeah, that's about the way it goes, right? He had to go back. And then you get the big history of Jules Verne, which is probably the best part of this comic book, honestly. And you can pause it and read it and learn all about the incredible Jules Verne as my camera comes to the point where it has no memory left. Oh, I guess this video went long. Oh, jeez. Oh, look, they threw this in the back. It's the story of Great Britain. They get invaded by the Germans. They have Winston Churchill. They create power. They mail buses. They have beaches. They got a queen. Oh, I guess this is an old comic book because they ain't got a queen no more. Wow, you can learn all about cave exploring in the back of this old book. I bet that made a lot of people want to go spelunking, and they all died in caves. And then you can learn about Albert Lewis here, who actually restarted and invented the classic illustrated comics. Not that he drew them, but he did put them together. Oh, how cool! Original classic illustrated commercials from the 50s. I haven't seen them since I was a kid. Oh, God. I'm not that old. I just had comics when I was young. I always loved the classic illustrated comic books. I started picking up some of these bad boys back in the early 70s, and they were already 20 years old then. And you could really get a real taste for the classics. You know, I was raised somewhat educated and actually read a lot of literary classics back in the day. I should do that now. Original art. Wow. And classic illustrated never wasted a back cover. They gave you a list of all the cool classic illustrated comic books. Wow, I want that one. Of all the classic illustrated comic books you could have had or could have now. That's my incredibly too long look at Journey to the Center of the Earth, a Jules Verne classic. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Be sure to let me know what you thought about the Journey to the Center of the Earth movies and which one was your favorite. I'm betting it wasn't the Disney one. Until next time, this is Danny Staten on the Danny Dan blog. Happy trails. Have some happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy Thanksgiving, and blog over.